So I want to talk about something quickly. And this live is titled "Is the Internet Valuable?" which is a very valid question. I believe it is, but due to misuse and abuse over the years, definitely we've had people still question if the internet is has more advantages than it has disadvantages. And I'm of the opinion that the internet definitely has a lot more advantages than disadvantages. And I did try to write out some of the points that I thought about here. Though this is not all, but these are just some of the major points that I thought about. Of course, we're still going to discuss what are being the disadvantages over the years and the possible disadvantages that are arising. But I still feel like the internet has done us a lot of good. It's just that whatever it is that you introduce into the system, there is bound to be misuse and there is bound to be abuse. You cannot really control how people use a certain thing. Even products that we say these products are not digestible, they are not for like consumption, people still go ahead and consume them for different reasons. So really, if you introduce any product to the market, you really cannot control the way people end up using that product. But at the same time, you cannot write off the good deeds that that product can do. So let's get into some of the valuable points that I wrote down here. Now, the first thing I wrote is that the internet is very good for passing across information, which is true. Like now, if I need to learn anything, I can just hop on the internet. I know that about some 25, 30 years ago, if they wanted to learn, okay, let me say 30 years ago, or was 30 years ago before the internet, or let me say 35 years ago when they had no internet. Whatever it is you wanted to know, whatever it is you wanted to learn, you could easily go to your local library, or you could ask around, right? Word of mouth was like the easiest way to get information, the easiest way to pass information across. Or you go to the library to read newspapers, to read books, to read articles, right? But now I can sit down in the comfort of my house and get information on whatever it is that I want to get information about. There are so many people now that are self-taught, and when they say self-taught, they mean that they learned it from internet, such as baking, how to make up, how to make hair, how to even barb hair, how to do your laundry, how to cook, like so many things you can learn on the internet. YouTube tutorials, there are recipes and all of that, right? You can stay on the comfort of your bed and find the answers to anything. Sometimes when I want to use a new word and I don't know what the word means, or know if I'm using the word properly in the sentence that I'm about to say, a quick Google search would inform me on whether I'm using the word correctly or not, right? So the internet is so valuable because you can have any information at the tip of your finger, at your fingertips in a minute, right? You can search about the news, world news. I can be in my house on my bed and know exactly what is happening in Iraq or the US or Europe in just a few minutes, right? 30 years ago, 35 years ago, we didn't have that privilege, we didn't have that advantage. So we can really see how things have developed, right? You can learn a lot. People even take courses online. People that are not opportune to like pay the entire school fees to go to school properly, they take these courses online and they still get the information, the knowledge that they need to get, and they're still able to apply it in real life. So really, we cannot undervalue how useful and advantageous the internet has really been to us. And then again, another way that I know that internet has been useful or still continues to be useful. Hi, Adiola Bukumi. Hi, thanks for being here. Welcome to the live. Today we're discussing how valuable the internet is. That's the topic for today. So I just quickly want to go through all the points that I have before I start taking any questions or contributions. So nextly, I was talking about one of the ways that the internet has also been useful is in finding people. I know there are certain people that have been lost and they have posted about them on the internet and they have been found. There are certain issues that have arised up, especially when people go through domestic violence, people go through assault, people go through harassment and so many things, and they post information on the internet. Okay, this is what happened, this is the backstory, this is what happened to me, and then people take it up, right? So the perpetrator is brought to order, right? The criminal is being caught, people are able to like raise funds for these people that are victims. There are so many ways that the internet has helped people in so many different ways. People have raised money for their cancer treatment, okay? People have raised money to rent a home, people have raised money to go to school, People have raised money for different things just on the internet. People have been able to find valuable information about, okay, this is what I should do, this is where I should go. People have been able to receive emotional support. There are certain people that they are suicidal, right? But they come online and they speak to certain people. Just a few words of encouragement in the comment section or any online friend that they meet, and they get lifted up in their spirits and they feel like, they have a better chance at life. The next reason I feel like internet has really been useful is in finances, right? There are many people, myself included, that have started online businesses and they have ended up making so much money from the internet, right? Many people start online businesses every day. You just need to know how to go about it. You just need to know what and what you need to do. Is this starting up a website? Is this selling on Instagram? Is this selling on TikTok? Is this selling on Snapchat? People just wake up in the morning, post their products on the internet, and people send them money. And I'm not talking about like online money. I mean money that you can use in real life. People have learned skills on the internet and still been able to apply those skills on the internet and being able to make money from it. People make a living from the internet. Like sometimes I feel like we don't understand how much social media has improved the quality of life of a lot of people, myself included. There are some people that are 100% employed on the internet. They don't have collar jobs, right? They earn their whole money from what they make on the internet. So if the internet stopped to exist, these people would not have a source of income. If the internet stopped to exist, they would no longer have a source of livelihood. Hi, Matty Blossoms. Hi. Welcome to the live. Thanks for being here. Let me know where you're joining in from. Today is Monday. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you are doing well. It's so nice to see you. So yeah, as I was saying, hi, Mary Godwill. Your name sounds familiar. Have I seen you on any of my lives before? I can't remember, but you can refresh my memory. Your name does sound familiar, but I don't know if I've seen you on any of my lives before. So yeah, moving on. So finances, I was talking about finances. So the internet has really helped a lot of people in their finances. A lot of people come online to even search for jobs, right? And now we have virtual assistants. It has also created more job opportunities. We have social media managers, we have virtual assistants, like I said. We have so many people that now are gainfully employed because of the internet. And don't forget, like new things come up, like AI. I'm still going to get there because I feel like AI has more disadvantages than advantages. But yeah, another way in which the internet has been able to really help people is in the aspect of finding a soulmate. There are many people that have found their soulmates online, right? They have found their spouse online, like your boyfriend, your girlfriends, husbands and wives, their soulmates, basically their partners, romantic partners. I'm not just talking about friendships now, but a lot of people have found their romantic partners online. So that's just another way. I know that on the other side, there are many people that have been scammed, that have been cheated, that have been bullied on this same internet. But I'm saying that the internet is also useful. It all depends on how you go about it. There are certain people that come online just to make money and they're off. Like that's why they're here. They're just here to make money. They're not here for friendships, they're not here for love, they're not here to hear every news and gossip. That's not why they're here. They're just here to make the money that they can make and they're off. Hi, Sunfit. Nice to see you. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a great day. I'm surprised to see you at this time, though. I thought you would be at work, but either ways, it's nice to see you here. So yeah, as I was saying, there are lots of people that come online just to make money and they're off. They just come to market their products, to showcase, what they sell, what they can do for you, and they're off. Then there are other people that come online because they're bored. They're just here to like make jokes, see funny things, talk, and they're off. They just come here to while away time. And the other people that come here because they're looking for love, they're looking for a life partner. So they're under every comment section, they're on dating apps, they're on Instagram, they're showcasing themselves, they want to join hangout groups. That's why they're online. So I feel like the way the internet impacts your life is also based on the reason why you're online in the first place. Are you here to make friends? Are you here to make money? Are you here to while away time? Are you here to learn valuable things? Are you here to grow your spiritual life? People have different reasons why they come online. Like just think about it. Every time you pick up your phone, what is the reason? Are you just picking up your phone aimlessly, or do you have a reason why you want to be on the internet? So I feel like sometimes that's where the problem starts from. If you're on the internet because you're idle and you're bored, you can run into a million things because you don't have a purpose while you're here. Okay, you can run like whatever advert that pops up, you might want to go to that link, you might want to go to that channel because you don't have a reason why you're here. But if you're here to post your business, talk about your business, when you come online, that's exactly where you're going to go to talk about your business, to reply your customers, to see how you can market and promote yourself. That's what you're here for. If you're here to like check on the latest news, you know that okay, I'm just going to pick up my phone, check on whatever news channel, and I'm off. But if you're here on the internet aimlessly, that's when you involve yourself in certain things that you should not even involve yourself in. The internet, okay, so first said internet has made it easier to get money, also made it easier to get. Both of them are very true. By the end of the day, we have control over these things. I feel like the internet is so valuable. It has more advantages than disadvantages, but people tend to lean towards the disadvantages because it's easier. Some people don't know how much money they can make on the internet. I mean, you are going to be on the internet anyway, so why not earn from it? Some people don't know how much information they can get from the internet. You can take a course on the internet, right? You can literally take a course and be certified on the internet. You don't necessarily even need to go to like the university or the physical location anymore. You can learn anything on YouTube: how to cook, how to sew, how to make hair, how to barb hair, how to do this. There are so many things you can learn on the internet to improve your life. But if you're just here to like while away time, I understand that people also come on the internet to distress, right? People that are really stressed, they come here to just maybe watch a comedy show, look at jokes, watch skits, like just something to take their mind off their life problems and maybe their 9 to 5. That's understandable. But the truth is that if you are on the internet without a specific aim, like you're just scrolling, you're just here bored, idle while away time, there's every probability that you would run into something that on a normal day you should not run into. So at the end of the day, how the internet impacts our life is still based on us and our choices. Okay, when you come online, where do you go to? Like, what app are you on and what are you doing on that app? It's not every social. People feel like I should be on every social media app. No, there are certain people that are only on WhatsApp because that's all they need to communicate with their family and friends. Every news they need to see, they see it there. People will say, oh, if I'm not on the internet, I feel like I'm missing out. Missing out on what? Right? What exactly are you missing out on? Whatever world news or local news you need to hear, you will definitely hear it. Like you will definitely see it either on the radio, either on TV, either on your WhatsApp if it's important. When the ex-president passed away, I didn't need to come on Instagram or anywhere to see it. I saw it on my WhatsApp platform, in my WhatsApp groups. Everybody was posting on their WhatsApp status, right? So every major news will definitely be carried. Don't forget, people still send broadcast messages. So every major news is still on your WhatsApp, nevertheless. But sometimes we feel like we need to keep up with our friends' daily lives, which is why some people come on Instagram or Facebook. And in reality, you don't need to. You don't need to know what your friend ate for lunch. You don't need to know what your friend ate for breakfast. You don't need to know where your friend went to today or what clothes they are wearing or if they got married. It's not really your business, and it doesn't necessarily benefit you in any way if you are keeping up to date with what your friend is doing or what they are not doing. Some people, it's not even their friends, it's strangers that they don't even know. They just spend their time obsessing about someone they don't know, monitoring the person's movement. Where did they go? What did they eat? Who are they dating? What are they saying? What are they doing? Just monitoring another person's life instead of actually focusing on your own life and doing something better with your time. Some people, it's their ex. They're still obsessed with their ex. They're always on their ex's page. Or have they moved on? Are they dating somebody new? Blah blah blah. That is their reason for being on Facebook and being on Instagram. They want to see what are other people doing, how are other people living their lives, what are they enjoying, where are they going, so they can either compare and contrast, or I don't even know. But like, people have different reasons why they want. You don't need to be on every social media apps to know what is happening. Okay, what you're saying on Twitter, same thing you're saying on Instagram, same thing on Snapchat, same thing on Kinikini. You are on 5 different social media apps chatting with so many different people about so many different things. I feel like sometimes we really need to sit down and evaluate the way that we spend our time, especially on this internet. That is the honest truth. I feel like sometimes we really need to sit down and evaluate things. It is not every discussion that is worth having. It is not every gossip you need to talk about. Oh, this and one thing I don't like is people that are obsessed with celebrities. I think I've got to the either it's the age or it's the phase of life where I no longer like being around people that are obsessed with celebrities. It bothers me. That's the truth. It bother, like, you always want to talk about this celebrity, that celebrity. Oh, this popular person was here. This famous person is dating this person. This famous person, blah blah blah. Like, it bothers me now because I feel like there are so many other things we can be talking about. We don't necessarily even need to be talking about how to make money all the time. Okay, let's not be boring or stuck up. Okay, we don't need to always be talking about how to make money or how to like change the world or something. But the other things, like, we can discuss about ourselves. The other better things we can talk about, I'm talking about people that we don't even know, people we see on TV. Hi, Junior. Nice to have you here. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Surprised to see you here as well. I hope your day is going well anyways. Um I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a nice weekend. I wasn't here, like, though I was online, but I wasn't live throughout the weekend. I was so occupied. But I hope you had a nice weekend, and I hope you're having a nice week. The thing about Mondays is that sometimes Monday sets the tune for the week, right? Like, Monday kind of sets the tune for the week. Though it doesn't work that way for me, because for me every day is like the same. I can wake up any day and do anything that needs to be done. But for some people, especially those that have a 9 to 5, Monday sets the tune. Like, if your Monday is great and productive, they also feel like the rest of the week is going to be productive. I think it's a personal belief, but that's what I've noticed, actually. So yeah, I was talking about how valuable the internet is. Despite a lot of misuse, abuse, and all of that, there's still so many ways in which the internet has impacted lives. And I was listing some of the ways, such as, finances. A lot of people now make money from the internet in so many different ways, especially people of, let's say, our age, because I don't really know how old you guys are, but people around my age, those are those below 30, right? From 20 years to 30 years old. I feel like we are so blessed to have the internet at this time that we have it, because of the opportunities. I know that some 30 years ago, if you graduated from the university, you needed to go out and get a proper job. Or if you were going to start a business, you needed to find a space where you could sell your wares, and you needed to have capital in order to do your business. But now it's not like that. People graduate from the university, and even before they graduate, especially for those that already have like an online following, or if you don't have one, it's something that you can still grow based on your passion and your interest, right? So people graduate from the university and they just start a business online, and the business starts to make money. I'm not saying it's smooth, but also getting like a brick and mortar is not easy. Is also not an easy thing, right? But I just feel like the internet has given us more opportunities. I don't think it's easy. That's honestly, I don't think it's an easier route, but I feel like it has provided more opportunities, because the population has definitely even more than tripled. What's that word? It has quadrupled, or how will I put it? But it's like 5 times or 20 times what it used to be 30 years ago. So as we have increased in population, I think it also makes sense that the amount of opportunities that we have also increased. And for people around this age, 20 years to 30 years old now, it kind of feels like they have more opportunities online than they have, on ground. Because how many organizations are really hiring? How many physical businesses are really hiring? But as a young person, as long as your intellect is working, you can definitely do something for yourself online. People come online, like you see 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, you are selling courses and people are buying. Do you understand? Like, they're selling courses about what they know, and people are really buying. They're selling their information, the little knowledge they have, and people are buying. People are online on TikTok sharing their skills, like, okay, I can sew, and I'm posting about my sewing, and people like that, you get. So they are following me, and brands are reaching out, and they want to pay me to advertise your product, this and that, right? Social media has given us more leverage to get at exactly. So what you now do with that attention you got, that is up to you. Do you understand? Like, social media gives you the platform to get attention, but when that attention comes, what you do with that attention, that's where you either make it or lose it, right? And it also depends on how you got the attention. I see some people. Okay, I'm Junior. Thanks so much for joining. Anyways, I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye. So yeah, as I was saying, I will definitely have a nice stream. Thank you so much, Junior. You're always so nice. So yeah, as I was saying, how you get the attention also matters, right? I see some people that come online and get attention in different ways, and they feel like the moment I have a following, I can then switch what I post about, right? So they post certain things, and maybe they post maybe they bully other people, they talk down on other people just to get a following, right? And then when they get a following, they want to suddenly turn a new leaf. But you forget that the audience that came to you before, there are people that like violence, right? There are people that like when you talk down on other people. So they cannot relate to the new things that you're doing. Do you understand? Basically, I just feel like how you get the attention online is also as important as the kind of attention you get. Because kind of people that you attract is so important to your brand, either as a person or a business. It is very important. So me, I believe in starting what you can finish. Okay, if you know you cannot continue with this part, there's no need intentionally starting it just to get the attention and then pivot, right? There are certain people that they have a lot of following, but those people don't listen to them. Okay, they don't buy from them or anything, because you know what you did to attract them, you're no longer doing that thing. So the audience that you have, they can no longer relate with you because you have changed, you have evolved. So it's like you have to start from scratch again to attract the kind of people that are now interested in what you do. I don't know if you understand me, but social media is so vast, and your audience depends on you. You get to choose it for yourself. So whatever we do to get attention on social media, we should really be careful. And then when you eventually get the attention, what you do with that attention is left to you. There are people that have like a lot of attention on social media, but they are not monetizing it, okay, because they don't know how to go about it. They don't know how to make money. I'm not saying you have to make money from everything, but if you have an audience, you cannot be struggling financially and you have an audience. No, that means you're doing something wrong. That means you have not yet figured it out, basically. If you have like a huge following online, you don't even need to have a huge following. If you have an audience and you're still not like making any money, and you have no plans of like making any money, do you get? It means that you still need to figure some things out. You must not make money from everything, but you cannot have attention. You cannot have eyes on you. You cannot have attention and still be struggling financially. It means you don't know what to do with that attention that you have, basically. Okay, so then again, people have different reasons why they're online. Someone that is online to like maybe find your soulmate will not be so interested in making money from online, right? Because you're just here to find the love of their life. That's why they're here. But some people are here for connections. Some people are here to make it out of the streets. Some people are here to make it out of poverty. Some people are here to like elevate their family. Some people are here because maybe they have different reasons. People have different reasons. Some people are just here to get entertained, right? People have different reasons why they come online. But it's important that we learn to, you know, maximize why we're here. Maximize your time, basically. Because as you're online now, you're spending time. Okay, so are you gaining anything? Like, are you learning anything? Basically, I know you must not always learn something all the time, but see, in life, it's better for you to be productive 70% of the time and then while away your remaining 30% than for you to while away 70% and then you want to be productive for 30%. Okay, people say, oh, balance everything, but most often times it cannot be balanced. People work more than they enjoy or work more than they relax, right? You can work like for like 6 months and take a 1 month vacation. That's how it is. Because the moment you are working more, relaxing more, like you are not how do I put this? But anyways, as long as you're online, please make good use of it. And if you're idle online, it gives you a heavier chance of falling into the hands of scammers, you know, people that bully you. Exactly. I'm just saying this your comments. Forex, crypto, stocks. Though I don't partake in any of those things, but I know people that do and it works for them. And that's the beauty of the internet. There are so many things online. So choose the one that you want to get yourself involved in. If this forex, crypto, stocks is what you're interested in or what you can handle, because I know you know we all have mental capacities, right? We all have physical capacities. So if that's what you can handle, fine and good. If you can handle a business, that's also good. If you want to do social media management, that's also fine. If you want to go into content creation, that's also beautiful. There's so many different aspects of the internet. People buy from those they trust, absolutely. And the issue of trust is a bit tricky, right? Because I have a business page in 2019. I started a business and I did not show my face on that page for years, maybe 2 3 years, but people were still buying from me. Do you get, like, consistently? they didn't know me personally, but the way the page was set up, you can easily tell that this account is real, this person is real, that you're talking to a real person. The every picture you see on the page is not from Google, it's an actual business. So the issue of trust, it all depends on how you present yourself. And then again, if you're in business, you know that not everybody's your customer, not everybody's your client, not everybody's money is for you. You have to know how to select, because there are certain people's money that if you collect this money, you're just buying headache. Do you believe in work-life balance? Not entirely. Not entirely, actually. Most often times you will work more than you relax, and that's true about life. But when the time to relax comes, I'm of the opinion that when it's time to work, work. When the time to relax comes, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy the money that you work for. Okay, spread your legs, let AC blow you. When it's time to rest, rest. But when it's time to work, work. Because one thing I notice about life is that life comes in certain windows of opportunities. If you don't take advantage of the opportunity that time that the opportunity came, it will pass you by. You cannot be sleeping when you need to work. You cannot be sleeping when you know that, okay, today I have things that need to be done. You cannot be sleeping when you have clients that are waiting to see you. You cannot be sleeping when you know that the market is moving and this is your time to like capitalize on it. No, you cannot be sleeping at that particular moment, right? So when it's time for you to work, when you know that, okay, there's an opportunity on ground that you need to take advantage of, get up and take advantage of it. Do the work when you need to. You will definitely work more than you rest. It's normal. There are people that leave their house by 7 a.m. in the morning and they don't come back 7 p.m. in the evening. People even do worse. And then again, it's not the amount of hours that you work that determines how productive you are. Oh. Absolutely not. There are people that work from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and they make more money. They are more productive than those that left their house by 7 a.m. and came back 7 p.m. So it's not about how many hours you are really working. It's about how productive you are. It's about the sector that you are working in. To be honest, yeah, it's not even always about hard work. The truth is that certain sectors are more profitable than other sectors. I'm sure like everybody that has like been around, moved around in different businesses, different sectors, you definitely agree with me. Certain sectors are more profitable than other sectors, and also depends on your area of expertise. The same way certain businesses are more profitable than others. There are certain things that you sell with 100% profit margin and you make sales, make your money. So if you have like 5 customers in a day, you might have made, let me say, 300,000 naira in profits. But there are other businesses that are not that profitable. You cannot have 100% profit margin. Highest, maybe you have a 40% profit margin. And if you have 5, 6 customers in a day, you might have made, let me just say, 90,000 naira. So you cannot compare it to the person that has 100% profit margin and they are making 300,000 naira in a day. And some of these clients may even be big men. If they have a balance of like 5,000 naira, they can say, no problem, keep the change. I've had customers like that. You get, when the balance was remaining, they're like, okay, no problem, my next order, or don't worry about it. There are certain clients that they don't even price you. They don't price your market. You tell them, oh, this is so and so thing is 100,000 naira. They will not even ask for discounts. You tell them delivery is 10K. They won't even say anything. They will just transfer the money straight to your accounts, and then they leave you to deliver. And if you deliver, they like what they see, fine and good. There are certain customers like that. They don't have time to like go back and forth. They just pay. But there are certain things you sell, and there are certain customers you meet that you guys will be dragging the price for like so like in business, and like I've done different businesses, so that's the truth. I've done different business, and I can tell you that every business is not the same. The clients that you meet in every business is not the same. So so first, what's the difference between an investor and an entrepreneur? I think an entrepreneur could start it from scratch. It could be an original idea or an idea that came to you. But as an entrepreneur, you are the creative mind. You are like the creative director, right? You are solving a problem. Even if you're not solving a problem, like it's your business, you are the one doing things. And an entrepreneur is more than just a business person that sells the products and services. An entrepreneur is much more. Either you're making impact, you're solving a problem, you're changing lives, you're doing something basically, and you are creative, like your mind is working, you're trying to do something new, or you're trying to expand on something that already exists, right? So an entrepreneur is so many things. But an investor, it doesn't need to be your business. Like for example, Faith, you have a pure water factory. I am an investor, so I come and I invest in your pure water factory, right? So we will have an agreement, right? Either I get a certain percentage, or you can pay me a percentage at the end of every month. But as an investor, I could also be like a policymaker. I could also be on the board of directors. I could also be involved in crucial decision makings in the pure water factory, right? Because I'm an investor. So my word counts. I have a say, right? I have the power to like make changes, right? I sit on the board of directors, so um I can how do what's this word? I can make policies. I can say, for example, I don't like your pure water factory being located in on the island in Lagos. Let's move it to the mainland, and then we sit down to discuss it, right? I have a say, so I have the power to bring up a new decision or bring up a new thing because I'm an investor, especially if I'm the major investor in your business, right? Why do businesses need investors? Why do entrepreneurs need investors? Because certain ideas that you have, certain businesses are very capital intensive, and you may not be able to raise that kind of money by yourself or from family and friends or for taking loans. So you need someone who has $1 million to come and invest in your business, right? But when they invest $1 million into your business, they kind of become like majority shareholders, and they might even have a bigger say than you that started the business, right? Because you need their money to stay afloat, basically. And then when they become a major investor, obviously there's going to be an agreement. So it depends on what you guys have agreed in the agreement sheet with your lawyers. Obviously, if you're getting investors into your business, you want to make sure that you're not handing over your business to them. You want to make sure that you're not handing over your rights as the founder. You want to make sure that you are still going to have a say in your business, and they will not be likely to kick you out later on. Because I've heard some business owners say that they brought investors on board and the investors ended up kicking them out of the business. You get, claiming their business over. It's like they literally bought the business from under them. Do you understand? So if you're going to get an investor into your business, there's a whole lot of things to consider. But please make sure that you speak to a lawyer, because the lawyer will be in the best place to put you through on what you should do and not do. Yes, so first said the blessing, the goal of this life is to enjoy it. True. I feel like life is different for everybody. Some people believe they are here to like change the world, change humanity. Some people believe they are here for a specific purpose. Some people believe they are just here to like enjoy, right? So basically, like I said, enjoy when you can. But then again, unless maybe your father is Dangote or something, you definitely work more than you enjoy. Unless you win the lottery or something like that. But enjoyment costs money, and the way the world is wired, especially if you live in a third world country like Nigeria, it's not so easy for you to just be enjoying without making any money, without bringing any money in. Unless you're probably doing something illegal. Even you're doing something illegal, it will still require your time and attention, right? So unless you are born into generational wealth, it's not really possible on this side of the world for you to enjoy more than you work. Realistically, I don't think I've seen it, that you're enjoying a lot more than you work. I don't know, but it's not even it's not even sad. You came to this life to enjoy, yes, which is why people advocate for doing what you love. Do you understand? If you do what you love doing, even the work will not always feel like work. Do you understand? Like for me, work doesn't always feel like work because I do enjoy what I do. Like some days that I feel like I'm working, I'm also having a good time, and I work for myself, right? I work for myself, so I feel like I do have a work-life balance in a way, but work is work at the end of the day. And I know that as much as I'm having a good time, I also need to be serious and I cannot take it too lightly, which is why I try not to monetize all of my hobbies, right? And that's why I say you can be on the internet and you may decide not to monetize it, but just make sure that you're also not struggling financially, right? You don't need to monetize all of your hobbies actually, so you don't take the fun out of life, so you don't squeeze the joy out of that hobby. So you don't need to monetize. There are certain hobbies that I have that I try to do regularly, but I decided not to monetize them. So I know that the moment you put a price tag on this thing that you do, you take the fun out of it. You take it now becomes like a chore because you have to do it even when you don't want to do. What's the hobby? A hobby is something you do in your pastime because it's enjoyable. But when you start to do that thing compulsory, even when you don't want to do it, just because you're trying to like put food on the table, or you're trying to like please a client, or you're trying to like please an organization or something, you start to take the fun out of that thing that you're doing because it's not like a chore. It's now a tax. It's not something on your to-do list that okay, today I have to do this thing. It's no longer fun, it's no longer enjoyable, it's no longer something that you do to like relieve yourself of stress, right? So hobbies should be hobbies, work should be work, right? Like fun should be fun. Though they say, oh, if you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. Fine, agreed. but at the same time, have things that you do for fun, for relaxation. Have things that you do because you enjoy them. Have things that you do just to like feel happy. There's some people that after work they dance like salsa dancing, right? There's people that play the keyboard, they play like musical instruments. They don't monetize that, but they just do it as a way to like feel alive, right? There are people that go hiking, there are people that ride horses, there are people that swim, there are people that do all sorts of different things just to feel alive, just to like feel good. Not necessarily is a hobby, but at the same time, it's not something that you're making money from, so they can do it and feel happy about it. Some people said that's why I work hard enough to be financially free to enjoy life. True, right? And you don't need to be financially free before you enjoy life. Actually, you can, and see, and enjoyment is very relative, right? For me now, if I have, let me say I have 7,000 naira, I buy shawarma, I buy milkshake. If you ask me, I've enjoyed for that day. Like I've enjoyed, I'm happy, I'm at peace. So you don't even need 10,000 naira to enjoy yourself. So enjoyment is very relative. Some people, if they go out and sit in like a nice open place, like a park or anything, even with a friend, and they buy 2 bottles of beer and they talk and they gist, maybe they have extra money, they buy fish and chips. They're happy, they're fulfilled. So enjoyment is very relative. You don't need to have all the money in the world to enjoy, but just make sure that you are not sad and depressed. I think that's the major thing. Just make sure that you're not sad and depressed and your mental health is stable. Like this generation that we're in now, so many people and their mental health is not stable because they are going through a lot, because they are holding on to a lot of trauma, a lot of things that they've experienced, right? A lot of grudges that they're holding on to that they're not ready to let go. Me, I let go of things for my own good. In fact, I don't even have space to hold on to anything, because when you hold on to things, it makes you a bitter person. Honestly, even the person that offended you, they have even moved on, forgotten about it. You are still there holding the grudge in your mind. So let's learn to let go of grudges for our own good. Okay, if someone did you bad, no problem. Someone like me, I'll just, what will I even do? I'll hand it over to God. God knows best. And then again, I've learned not to put myself in positions where people can do me bad. No, I've learned to put myself first. Like before, I feel like I used to put myself in that position where people like can do me bad and whatever. But I no longer do that. I've learned to put myself first. If something will not favor me, most likely I will not do it, or I will not go, or I will not involve myself. I don't put myself in places where I will get the shorter end of the stick. No, I've learned not to do that, because sometimes people unintentionally hurt us because we put ourselves in positions where they can trample over us. So they feel like it's okay to treat us that way because we tolerated it, because we let them treat us that way. So I feel like the moment we set certain personal standards for ourselves, the moment we increase our self-esteem, we will no longer be putting ourselves in certain situations when relating with other people. There are certain things that if I wake up today and my mind feels like I shouldn't go here, I won't go. I won't leave my house. I won't involve myself, no matter what it is that is happening there or what they are sharing or whatever. If my mind is telling me or my instincts are telling me, don't go, I don't feel happy to go, I don't feel excited to go, I'm not going, because I don't want to put myself in an uncomfortable situation, right? Certain things are better avoided. It's better to avoid a certain thing than to try to come out of it or to walk through it. It's better to avoid it. So it's like sometimes I don't even want to know what's gonna happen or what's the possibility. I don't want to know, because that's one of the ways you can guarantee peace in your life, by learning to. In fact, it's better for you to even miss out on certain things than for you to go there and partake and find out what is involved. So that's just me personally. That's just where I've learned to live my life. Like it's more peaceful, it's more calm, it's like, honestly, it's more peaceful, it's more calm. And the moment you start choosing peace, you realize that you actually have a more peaceful life. The moment you start staying away from drama, the moment you start avoiding what needs to be avoided. So basically, that's it for me. So I really enjoyed this topic. We're talking about the internet. That was how we started. The internet is actually really valuable. I know that internet also has its bad parts, but that's due to abuse and misuse. And we are the ones that abuse the internet. We are the ones that misuse internet. And then again, I feel like sometimes we are not as cautious as we should be. We are not as paranoid. Someone like me, hey, I'm very paranoid. Like I'm so very paranoid. Do you understand? I'm so very cautious. So there are certain things that I will not be a victim of, because no, I never say never. But there are certain things that I will not easily fall into, because the moment I start noticing this thing is not making as much sense to me, the moment I start noticing that this thing is a little fishy, I'm not going to involve myself in it. People have been scammed multiple times on the internet. How come? Have I ever been scammed? I don't think so. Funny enough, let me tell you guys, I sell on the internet too. Like 90% of my sales comes from the internet. People I've never seen. People that transfer money into my accounts without knowing me, like personally or physically. But someone like me, I'm very skeptical about buying anything on the internet. I live in Abuja. Anything I want to buy, I can walk into a store, walk into the market and buy it. That's me. I hardly do I buy things from like other states. Like me and my sister have discussed it, like, oh blah, 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 but like hardly do I buy things from other states, because I don't want I like I just like to avoid drama, and I feel like not buying things online helps me avoid a lot of drama, because there are certain things that I bought that I was not satisfied with what I received. So it just makes more sense that if I want to buy something, I walk into the store, I see it, I buy it. If I want to buy a dress, I walk into the market, so I walk into, there are so many stores that sell clothes or anything. When you go out, walk into the store, buy it, and you feel all right. But I'm not a fan of shopping online. That's just me. When last did I buy something online and it was delivered to me? Okay, maybe like 2 3 months ago, right? But it's someone that I bought from before, or I know them, I follow them for years and I trust them. But I'm not a fan of buying things from online. Basically, I'm not a fan of online shopping, because I'm always skeptical. That's me actually. I'm skeptical, which is why I don't fall into a lot of like scams and trap, because I'm so paranoid. The moment I feel like it's not making sense or something feels off, I'm done. The moment I feel like something, I'm done, I'm over it. I don't let things get too far before I start feeling like, oh, is this right, is this not right, or is this bad, is this not bad. The same way people go through a lot of things in their relationships. Not me. Like in the first, if things are not okay for like 3 months, anyways, everything has its good parts and its bad parts. But for someone like me, I'm not the type to stay when things are not going the way they should. That's me basically. That's when I feel like it has also saved me from, a lot of things. And I feel like there's some people that are too trusting. There's some people that are too trusting, and to benefit them, if they learn to be more paranoid, right? Even if you're in a situation and you don't feel okay, maybe you're outside and you're starting to feel fishy, the people around you are looking funny, get up and leave. You don't need to wait until they bring out a cutlass or something before you start thinking about it. No, if you're somewhere and it doesn't feel right, leave. Let's learn to listen to our instincts. If you're anywhere and things are not, or you're talking to someone, if I'm talking to someone and things are not feeling right, I don't need to wait to figure out why are my instincts, why is the hair on my neck standing up, why am I not comfortable. There's time I entered a cab, a public transport, we're going somewhere, and suddenly I didn't feel comfortable. Like I wasn't able to sit down properly. I was just looking left and right, looking at people in the car, and I didn't feel good. I told the driver, please stop me here. He said, oh, you're not going to where you're going to. I said, don't worry, stop me here, let me come down. And I came down. The moment you don't feel okay, you don't feel comfortable, listen to your instincts, leave. You don't need to wait and figure out why am I not feeling comfortable, what's happening. Someone like me, I don't need to have all the answers. Either I'm comfortable or I'm not. At the moment I'm not comfortable, it's a sign for me to leave. And I feel like a lot of people will benefit from listening to their instincts that way. The same way I am in like relationships or something. If it's no longer feeling right, I'm going to distance myself. I'm not going to wait and figure out what happened that I no longer feel comfortable with this person. I don't need all the answers. I don't need to know. Even business transactions. If I get a customer and things are just looking fishy, I'm not really liking how this customer is talking to me. There are certain things a customer will say to you and it's odd. A customer was trying to say, oh, that she will send me an address to come to her place and take some measurements. Me, I know I don't go to customer's house. When did I start that one? I don't, no matter what you want to do or whatever furniture or anything, we can talk about the measurements, everything online, video calls, but I'm not going to your place when there are people that do that, but I don't think I'm at the stage where I can do that yet. So I don't partake in it. Do you understand? No matter whatever money you're going to promise me, not in this day and age where like things are really happening. People go to places and they never come back. So for me, I'm not at that stage where I can do that yet. And no amount of money is going to make me come to your house to take measurements. You say I should come and see the space. Send me a picture of the space. I can recommend online. If that's not okay, then I don't know. You can get someone else to do it. So we should really be firm on our standards and, just figure out what we want for ourselves and listen to our instincts. I feel like to save us from a lot of things. and let's be a little more paranoid. Actually, some of us are too relaxed about life, which is why I said, like, when I listen to some people's story, I'm not victim shaming anybody, but when I listen to some people's stories, I just feel like this cannot be me, because as paranoid as I am, the moment it starts to feel not right, I'm not gonna do it. Business transactions as well, the moment I start to feel like this client may not turn out well, I value my peace of mind, because I know what it's like when you don't have peace of mind. I've been there multiple times. There was business that I ran, that I used to run like 3 years ago. The model I used in starting that business, the way I ran that business, was the type of business that you will not always have peace. That was just the model of the business. Like, no, different businesses have different models, which is one of the reasons why I stopped doing that business and I moved to the business I do now. The way I started that business, I didn't start it in a way that I could scale easily, right? I didn't, the way the business model was structured right from time is the type of business that you will not always have peace. From suppliers to customers to dispatch riders, every day was a new story. Hey, I know what it's like to not have peace in your business. Like, I've been there, I've done that. So I know that it's not every money I can collect. There are certain monies that you collect from customers that, in fact, you will not be able to drink water and drop cup till that business transaction is done. So I've learned to value peace over money and over like certain things. Yeah, but at the end of the day, is I feel like it's so important that we sit down, think about our lives, think about decisions that we make, and know what we really want for ourselves. I do that a lot. Like, I sit and I take stock of my life. Like, I think about things that have happened, right? I think about them a lot, and I decide, okay, these are the decisions I'm going to make in henceforth. These are the decisions that I'm not going to be making. This is what I'm going to be doing. I feel like a lot of us will benefit from that if we actually do it and we stick by it. Anyways, guys, I think I've said some important things that I came here to say today. It was absolutely wonderful being here on live, talking with everyone. I always enjoy coming on live. Honestly, I said it before that these live sessions, they heal me in a certain way, which is actually why I started coming on live. Let me tell you guys, I don't know if I said this before, but I started coming on live earlier this year when I was at one of the lowest points of my life. Facts. That was when I started coming on live. Like, I was at a really low point in my life and I didn't know what else to do. And I feel like it was the Holy Spirit that just somehow directed me to start coming on live. And I really appreciate the journey so far. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you guys some other time. Bye.